Are there more people coming?
Well, I thought there were, but you know, they might be a few minutes late. That's okay.
Okay.
We'll do us. All right, go ahead, Andrea. Let's hear your check-in. How?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll start over. I feel it's kind of day to day. I do, there's a lot of things I feel better about. I mean, obviously, but I'm ready for a good night's sleep. I do feel tired when I wake up, but I wake up too many times in the night and my leg bothering me a little bit. But I've also been exercising every day. But like I've been either on the treadmill or going on these long walks, like 2 to 3 miles. So maybe
Oh,
that's
good.
too much.
Well, are
Yeah.
you letting your heartbeat get up? Are you walking? You're not running, right? You're not
Yeah,
getting
but I'm on the treadmill. Well, I did run a little bit on the treadmill probably, but one day.
so
But I didn't go today, and I went to work today, and I worked outside, and but so for the past 3 days or more, I've been just like at 3 o'clock, I'm exhausted and I take a nap, and then I'm really grouchy when I get up from my nap. So it's not like I got a power nap or anything, and that makes me all pissed, you know. So then I shove stuff in my mouth, like I better eat a hard egg. Take a spoonful of coconut oil or whatever, just so I can get out of that space. And then, but I've been going to bed early, like 9 o'clock, and I just wake up a lot. I just want to, like, even if I don't lose weight for like a while, I just want to sleep through the night. Like, can I please? That's what I'm wishing.
well,
I,
Oh.
yeah, and I feel like it's lately like my eyes have felt like kind of dried out. Little weird little things are happening that are
Are you drinking a
strange,
lot of
but
water?
I don't drink any less than a half a gallon a day. Like
so
Okay.
sometimes, yeah, I
this is
drink that big. Hi, Sam. That big
Hi.
jug you guys have seen me with.
hi, Andy. Andy's on the phone too.
Hi, Andy.
Hi,
Hi,
Andy.
everybody. Oh,
Hi.
I'm
So
hanging
I
out.
thought that was a problem too. We're talking about. I'm sharing right now. Hi, guys, and I'm
Hi.
talking about that I had like I was a little dry there, and I felt a little dry or a little parched. But I mean, it's not like I'm not hydrated unless my body's like, okay, now we need a gallon now or something. I don't know if it's like I'm used to this half gallon deal. I don't know. So anyway, some days I am full of energy, but it seems to me that I've lately been kind of crashing out at 3. So I don't know what's up with that.
Last time we spoke, you had said that you weren't hungry. Have you been eating enough
Can't
food?
hear you, Mel.
Oh, me, Mel?
Yeah. Can you hear me, Andrea?
Yeah, I've always been a binger, and I even find that I'm still somewhat binging within this way of eating. Like there will be a time where I'm chilling out, and I'll just grab the. Yes, I eat. I eat. I eat. I don't eat
Last
a
time you
breakfast, so
said
only sometimes.
you
But
have
I eat a lot of pistachios, too many, I think, and I can't help it because when I'm
okay.
snackery, that's when I'm snacking.
That's what I'm eating too.
And they're fun. And he said, eat the ones with the shells. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I know, but I can't help it. I binge out on them a little bit, but I mean, it could be worse, right?
Right.
I'm not eating anything else. And I'm not a red meat eater. So I'm not going to get fats from anywhere unless I get like, I mean, the only thing I can think of is if I'm spooning oil into my mouth, eating nuts, or if I get some thigh meat and eat the skin, that's where my fat's going to come from as far as an animal fat.
Can you guys not hear me?
Not
Not very.
very good.
I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm going to hold this closer to me. I'm using my daughter's computer. I'm on the road.
And I know I feel like I'm yelling too. I'm probably yelling. I'm sorry. Because
I was
You are
you're
Melanie. You're
faint,
very
Melanie, so I thought that I guess my voice started to raise because I felt like you couldn't hear me.
I was a bit concerned. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
a little better.
I was a bit concerned. Wait, let me just check my audio really quick. that last week you were talking about how you weren't hungry and you brought your eggs and your avocado, but you didn't eat them. I mean, are you getting?
Oh, that was probably just a one-time deal, Mel.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no. I and my Alka-Geyser is still just as huge. I eat a couple eggs a day. I might eat another avocado. I eat I'm eating like 3 meals. I'm only snacking on nuts really. So I'm not. I mean, they're not. It just depends. Like I'm not eating the same amount every day, but I mean maybe I should. I mean, what are you suggesting here?
Well, it's just really important that you do not let yourself get hungry. And
Yeah.
if you're getting low on energy, now I'm getting that weird noise. If you're getting low on energy, that is a concern that you're not getting enough food. We definitely don't want to let ourselves get hungry at all.
Well, maybe I should drink 2 Alka-Geysers in the day. I drink a 32-ounce Alka-Geyser in the morning, and then I don't have another one at all. But so I'm wondering if
Huge.
do you eat
well, that's
any
pretty big.
kind
What
of fatty fish or maybe
what fish is fatty?
salmon?
Yeah,
Salmon's
it's
pretty
kind of
fatty.
out of my price range. I mean, to be perfectly
Yeah.
honest.
Well,
But
you
if I
can
can do that, maybe I could try to do that once a week. I could do that, but
or you could do
I
fats in other ways, like you
well,
said,
that's what I was saying. I
add a little coconut oil or to your Alka-Geyser if you want. Sometimes I'll
well,
even,
I eat coconut oil by the spoonful.
there you go.
I
Yeah.
do it like twice a day.
So
Me
So
too.
I probably have a couple of tablespoons of coconut oil a day. And I'm starting to make sure that I do that because I've become really aware that maybe I am going to have a problem here because I don't eat, big-eyed animals.
that's okay. I mean, we've had vegetarians go through the program, which
Yeah.
seems
I
weird.
mean, and then I could just eat more eggs too. I've been
Right.
buying 5 dozen at a time, and I have racks of eggs in my fridge.
Just
So
An avocado.
remember what Eric said in today's video. Also, your body's still going through a lot of changes right now. People are
right.
going through different stages right now. The energy is coming. It is coming. I promise you.
I do have, you can even ask Sandy. Sometimes I'm ridiculous. And then sometimes, so that's the thing. I mean, I'm so ridiculous.
She's
I'm like,
ridiculous.
I feel ridiculous. And my kids are like, Mom, you're coming in here yelling, and I just had to listen to the blender like for an hour, and now you're in here yelling. And I'm like, oh my God, sorry. And I have to leave the room. I'm like, all ultra spasmo. And then I'm like, really tired, lady. So I'm just trying to roll with it and go, well, it's just because this is a huge transition. But I did realize that I might need some more fat. And I mean, to be on the potty tip really quick before we move on, because everybody watched the video today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was super, it's totally crazy. Today is the first day that I wasn't regular in the morning. I went and worked, and I had to hang out on the toilet at probably like 4:30, and okay, and I hung out there and made myself go, and I was kind of constipated a little bit,
Yeah.
I do not roll with constipation. I'm not having that. I
But
like to be regular. But he said that, and there I was, bam.
it will regulate. You're going to be okay. It's going to regulate.
I mean, how much more fiber can I possibly have in my diet?
Andrea,
know?
try the magnesium. Try the
Okay.
magnesium.
He said I could take a supplement. Should I just get the oil and rub it on, or eat a supplement?
I mean, for the bowel movements, I would suggest probably doing an oral.
I think that's what he said in the video. If you're constipated, to do
Yeah.
the oral.
Okay. Yeah.
And that
I mean,
will
it wasn't
help with-
anything that I couldn't handle. It's just I'm used to really going to the bathroom very easily. So
Yeah.
anything that's not easy is kind of like, oh, well, you know, I'm not really down with that. You guys, I have to tell you this thing that I did today. It might seem totally bizarre, but I've been, you know, Sandy and I make this, we juice, right? We juice and then we use the juice. That's why my alkalizer's like black, almost green. It's so dark green. So there's so much roughage left. And I put it in my compost, and I'm sure I'm having amazing compost, but I'm like, this is so much like, you know, pulp is amazing, and I should be eating it. So I made a soup with it today.
Good.
So I saved a big container of it, put it in the fridge, and I have chicken broth, and I sauteed garlic and onions, and then I put some chicken broth and the pulp in the blender, and I blended it down as good as I could with the blender. But if I had the Ninja, it would have been super ultra creamy. And then I put it back in, and then I sauteed some garlic and onions, or not onions, some garlic and broccoli and some cauliflower, and then I put that for the chunks, and then I added a bunch of salt and pepper, and then I just, you know, and then I let it cook, and it was like this green, glowing, like creamy. But I have a picture of it. I'll post it. It looks beautiful, and I topped it with fresh dill.
Oh, nice.
Good.
So, but it was warm and cozy, and I felt like it was my warm alkalizer. It was my hot alkalizer and my cold alkalizer. You know what I mean? Anyway, there's that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Did you do your measurements? Have you weighed yourself?
I did my measurements, and then they're on a pad, but I tried to log them in, and they won't let you log it in if you don't. You have to put in every single solitary thing, or they won't let you log in.
Yeah.
So I didn't have my BMI, and I was too grumpy and lazy to look it up. So I haven't done it yet, but I do have it on a tablet.
You had lost 1 pound.
That's it.
Okay,
1 pound. It's still exactly the same.
What
It's still
about
right
your
there.
measurements? Have you dropped any in measurements?
Well, you know, Melanie, I didn't. I measured myself at the beginning, and I didn't put it in. So I don't know where my measurements are from the beginning. I only have pictures.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're not in ketosis yet. Are you? I mean,
I don't feel like I
having
am.
that big. So usually people are there by this weekend, but there are some people that aren't, and you're pretty close to your ideal weight, right? You don't have a lot of weight to lose, because usually it's.
I have faith. That's one thing. I have faith, so I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm not bored, and I was hanging out in the bathroom. I don't know or wherever I was hanging out. It's just where I happen to be. And I was talking to my body, and I'm like, you know, you just better figure it out, because you're not getting any sugar. It's just not happening. I don't have any sugar. There's no sugar. I'm not eating any. It's not coming. So work it out. And I was serious, and I'm still serious, and that's it.
That's great.
I had a conversation, an out loud conversation with my body.
Just stay on track. You're doing it right. You're doing it right. Stay on track.
Okay.
And you are. It's gonna happen. It's close. Just keep doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going back down Mount Kilimanjaro the same way I came up. Just
Hey,
saying.
I have another for that. You
I'm
know
going to go down the other side on a sled. That's what's happening.
hey, you know when you're in labor, and right at that moment when you're like, I can't do it
I'm
anymore.
not doing it. Forget it. Yeah.
It's time to have a baby, right when you can't do it anymore.
Yeah. Yep. Totally.
I guess it's similar.
Yeah. There's no turning back.
Okay. So
Yeah, man.
anything else you want to?
I'm good. I No, I just feel like these things are strange and weird and different, and I don't know anybody else. It's my little weird things that are happening to me, but I'm just feeling like it's part of a change, you know?
Well,
It's like when,
I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but it is normal for people to go through. People do have constipation at this stage.
yeah, well, I'm just talking about like this weird thing and this, like, I feel like, my eyeballs are dry and my throat gets a little dry. Um, maybe I'm talking too much. That's has been an issue in my life. And then my throat starts to get dry, so I could
I
just
mean,
shut up for a little bit and then
some people,
we'll see what happens.
some people start to get a little bit sick right now. All different kinds of symptoms. So it's normal right now. You're still. I mean, you've only been off sugar for 5 days now. I mean, off all sugar, every kind. So
That's all. That's all. Oh yeah, right, from fruit. Yeah.
yeah, fruit.
Yeah. That's not that long, so
It really isn't
Plus
that.
the cigarettes. Maybe the cigarettes have.
Yeah. How are you doing on?
I haven't had any of that. It's been today is day 16 of no cigarettes,
Wow.
alcohol, or caffeine, not drop or a hit or anything.
And are you?
But maybe part of all this withdrawal might be the
Yeah, that's a
cigarettes
lot of
as well. as everything else.
things.
That's a lot of things. So I'm sure your body is really, you're getting rid of all sorts of ickies.
And
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
for some people, it takes up to 2 weeks. That's not common at all. For some people, it does. And usually, it's people that are more fit, that are coming in looking for energy, or they're not looking for weight loss. It's usually the people that are more fit, and it takes them longer to get into it. I don't know why that is, but it is.
Well, I before I do walk a bit, you know. That's my biggest thing, is that I'm going somewhere and I'll choose to walk. And so I'm a little more busy getting fit now than I was just prior to getting on this program. But you know, I am busy. You know, I don't know if I would consider myself fit at all, but I do move around a bit.
While you're on this challenge, also, you need to be really careful about getting. You said you went on the treadmill. Like, you don't want your
Yeah.
heart getting up too high, because I don't remember if it was a video that you guys saw that Eric talked about how it puts our body in stress, like our adrenaline's growing and stuff.
Well,
So
that's what I was wondering. So I have been on the treadmill 3 times, and my heart rate was getting up to like 154 and stuff.
Oh,
So I'm
Not
not
during-
supposed. Okay,
during-
so I won't go on the treadmill then.
no string.
yeah,
I was just walking. I was doing the fast walk. You know what I mean? Like the old lady fast walk. Do do do.
as
Yeah.
long as you can still talk and be fine, but you're not, catching your breath.
Mhm.
Because right now you're cleansing, and just during the challenge, but the exercise is great. The walking is fabulous, and that should help keep things up, honestly.
Well, you know, really the reason I went to the gym, Brian hooked me back up with my gym membership, so that was nice of him. Also, it's been cold here, and I wanted to get in the hot tub and the sauna, but I went on the treadmill because it was too muddy to take the dogs out to the slough, and so I went on the treadmill. And so I was thinking maybe that wasn't that, because when you walk with the dogs, you stop a little, you stroll a little, then you walk more, and you know what I mean. On the treadmill, it's just. So maybe I'll just not do the treadmill for a little while
Or just
and see what happens.
don't get going too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
Sandy, you want to go next?
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Andy. Okay.
Oh, she said Sandy.
Oh, okay. I have a question. I have two on it, and it's on one big toe. Yay. And I went to the doctor today. Wanted to give me penicillin, And
I'm breaking up.
Oh.
so I went to the doctor today because I have 2 ingrown toenails, and they wanted to give me penicillin. And I don't know if my doctor just forgot or she was listening to me because I said I don't think I want that. And they scheduled it for Monday. They're probably going to put me on penicillin because I'm a diabetic with neuropathy. So,
Oh,
is that going to be a problem?
Whatever your doctor says, we're not going to dispute any
Okay.
doctor's advice.
Okay.
Why don't you
No,
ask
no.
him if you could have topical antibiotics?
Oh, I guess what my question is because I'm going to do what my doctor says.
Right.
My question is, will it affect this season thing?
I don't know, honestly. I would have to call. I'm going to have to send a message into headquarters to.
Yeah, let him know that I'm going to do it. I'm just curious that I'm going to take my penicillin, but I'm just curious. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to put a note right now.
Okay, so I have some weird symptoms. My face is
Is swelling?
sweaty.
Oh, sweaty.
I'm perspiring a lot on my face. Is that normal?
I mean, I haven't heard of that specifically, but some of the symptoms people get are just so strange. And, you know, right now, you're totally detoxing. There's going to be some strange symptoms. And some of them last for a very short while, and then they just go away. So
I'm off the gum, and I haven't had a cigarette in 14 days. No caffeine, no nothing, and I'm totally restless and going stir crazy.
You need to go on a walk with
Do you think
Andrea.
going off the nicotine gum could have anything to do with this sweating at all? I don't know how nicotine.
Oh yeah. It could. I mean, I could be having nicotine withdrawals.
Yeah.
Because it's been the last 2 days, and my face is sweaty. It's weird. I'm like, where's my powder?
You don't see it in the
Call you
video.
Sweaty Betty.
You just look like you're glowing.
It's
I like
good for your face. It's good for
Sweaty
your
Betty.
face. That's super cute.
I am. I'm glowing with I don't know what it with withdrawals.
glistening.
Yeah, glisten.
Yeah.
Or maybe it could be stirring up some hormones too, which has happened.
Oh yeah. So I started my period this week, and
So
I just got over it, but it was the weirdest period I've ever had. I mean, my flow was so heavy. I was like, oh my God, I don't even know how I'm going to survive this, but I was fine. But that was weird. My flow was totally different, but I could be going through menopause, so who knows?
mine did that when I mean, I'm still going through perimenopause, and I mean, it did. Mine went all over the place. I maybe is that something you could ask your doctor when you're in
Oh
this?
yeah, I totally will. Sorry, I'm asking you questions that you're like, I'm not a doctor.
Well, Sandy, my hot flashes have been coming back since I've been doing this.
Oh, that might be why I have a sweaty face, because I'm having hot flashes.
Maybe.
It kind of stirs up some hormones sometimes.
Yeah.
So very well could be it.
I go freezing cold and then I get sweaty face. It's really weird.
But how
Cool.
did you do your measurements, Sandy? Or
I have a problem because I did my measurements. I took the pictures. I did my measurements, but they didn't go in because I didn't have my BMI or any of that stuff. So it didn't say.
More this week?
I don't think I changed. So I'll try to get it there.
So you're feeling? How about your energy and that?
Oh, I have energy. But you have to remember that I'm also withdrawing from nicotine, so I have weird energy.
Yeah, no kidding.
But
I
I have
hate that
energy.
guy.
I'm not napping. Oh, and the other thing is when I wake up in the morning, I used to just like get out of bed, like no matter what time I woke up, no matter how awful I felt, and I would it was willpower that made me do everything I do. And now it's not willpower. It's my body. My
Oh,
body wake up, my body feels good. I'm not emotionally good, but I'm physically good. And I wake up and I get out of bed and I'm slow about it and it feels good. And so that's a really interesting change. But you also have to remember that I was an out of control diabetic who's now in control. So I've gone from super
Congratulations.
unhealthy to healthy. Like my doctor was tripping out today. I told her all the changes I've made. She was like, wow, you're doing really good. Because I talked to the lady I've been talking to is actually not my doctor. She's a critical care nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but anyway, yeah, so I'm being followed. They know what I'm doing. They don't know I'm in a program, but they know what I'm doing. And they totally support it.
So even with your sweating and withdrawals and stuff, you're doing okay. Are you struggling? And
Well, the fact that I quit nicotine and caffeine and all that and got diabetes under control, I'm doing super great. I mean, I have to be doing great to even be willing to do it. So I'm doing great.
good, that's great, wonderful. That makes me happy.
Thank you. It makes me happy too. Third of the insulin, Melanie.
What?
A
Wow.
I'm on
third.
a third of the
Yep.
insulin.
Every
Yeah.
time you come back, it's reduced and reduced and reduced.
Yeah. Well, I'll always have to take some. I can tell by the diet I'm eating now that I am totally a type 1 diabetic. But it's a third. So that's hardly anything. And I'm not, oh, one more important thing. I'm not afraid of my insulin anymore because I have such a sustainable diet that when I wake up in the morning, it's at 85, which normal is 80 to 120. And I never wake up with a low glucose like that. But if I do get a low glucose like that, I know that it's time to get juice because I'm going to go into a reaction. That's not happening now. I get up slowly. I go to the kitchen. I get my Alka-Geyser. I sit there and drink it for an hour, and I don't dive at all. So I have the glucose of a normal person. I'm normal now.
That's so awesome. Yay.
Isn't that crazy? So excited.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
I asked the doctor today, I said, can I do an A1C checkup again? Can we take my blood? And she goes, we'll do it in April. I'm like, yeah, but it's going to be good. And she goes, it's going to be really good in April.
Yay. Yay. I'm so happy to hear that. So
Yeah.
thrilled.
Pretty crazy.
Wonderful.
So that's it. That's all I have to report.
Okay. Good stuff. Let's see. Next in line, Paula.
Well, I hit this manic state that was unbelievable. I mean, I was asking myself, do you think maybe you want to sit down? I just go. And I have arthritis, so my knee does not allow me to do that. And it was fine. It was perfectly fine.
Wow.
I'll tell you
Cool.
that my negative thing was that I started having some sinus problems and kind of a sore throat, and I had a headache for 3 days. But on the other hand, I didn't have any kind of funny taste in my mouth. I'm sleeping less, but waking up completely rested. I'm drinking almost twice as much water. I'm thirsty all of the time, like when you eat a baked ham or have too much soy sauce or something. I mean, really thirsty. And I'm just drinking it all the time. A little bit constipated, but not terrible. And although I didn't take my measurements, I know that the bloat in my stomach and midriff is gone. So
Yay.
my waist is smaller. It's definitely smaller. All the weight I've lost is the weight I gained in the program. So I'm now at the weight I was when I started rather than losing. But I can tell my body's changing. And today's the first time my energy was really high, but not crazy. It's more like, you know, I can sit down and concentrate. For a while, I could not stop. I not only degreased every cupboard in my kitchen and then waxed them, but I reorganized every cupboard as well, since I'm, no sugar, no this, no that. I did all of that, mopped the floor, cleaned the oven, took the door off the oven, cleaned the oven, got in there, cleaned that oven. I unscrewed all these parts on my microwave, and I was thinking, will it work again? Because I took all that apart and cleaned that. I was just crazy. I have 2 bathrooms. So one of the bathrooms you can now eat in. It's so clean.
That's so cool.
It's raining, so I can't go too far. So I just almost can't. And it all started because I changed a battery in a smoke detector, and I noticed that I needed to, dust off a ceiling fan. So I got the ladder, and then I did all the ceiling fans, and from there it was like somebody had wound me up tight, and my little legs were going back and forth all over the house. So it's been kind of wild.
Well,
I will measure myself, though. I will do that and compare it.
Good. Is it normal for you to have that kind of energy blast and cleaning like that?
No.
Okay.
I haven't. It's never normal for me to have a blast. So I said it was so manic, it was almost unnerving. I just suddenly was like I was shot out of a cannon. I was very upbeat, other than I kept thinking, am I going to overdo this? But nothing hurt. I think that's the other thing, is I'm so used to having pain that not having any pain, I was just, free.
Yeah. What else I was going to ask? So your arthritis is better, and
the only place in my entire body that hurts is the deformed joint in my pinky finger on my left hand. The rest of my body feels fabulous. And it hasn't felt fabulous. I have been here almost 6 years, and for the last 4.5, 5 years, I've had pain every day. There's never been a day I didn't have pain. The only pain I've had for the last 4 days is a headache. So,
wow.
And I don't know what that sinus is. I think it's just something, he mentioned it in the video. So some people have sinus, so it just must be something that's detoxing, after a long, and then at first I thought it was from the oven spray, from cleaning the oven. But then I realized after I saw the video that it's other people have headaches too. So
yes, definitely.
I feel like a new person. I should lose weight just from having run all over my house.
Yay!
That's awesome, Paula.
Well,
I really feel good.
The sinus is not uncommon. Just think of your body as releasing more stuff in orifices. It's so, and some people get flu-like symptoms. A few people sometimes get flu-like symptoms. Some people feel like they have a cold.
Yeah, so far I have felt really great. I mean, really, really great. So, I am sleeping less. I was glad that he said that in the video, because I was thinking, oh no, I'm going back to sleeping a lot less. But at the same time, I was waking up rested, and I wasn't having any problems sleeping when I was asleep. I wasn't getting up or, having to turn a lot, rearrange my legs and get my arm in this direction or that direction. I slept soundly. I just don't seem to need as much sleep.
And then what about any cravings? Are you having any trouble with?
Oh, I was ready to just go crazy over a cup of coffee, and I thought what I would want was wine. That's what I thought was going to be the thing that was going to not let me, I thought if I lose it over wine, that's sugar. That's really, really bad. I haven't wanted a glass of wine at all. I did have a teacup full of instant coffee because I got rid of all the coffee so I wouldn't have it, but I found that I had these instant for some recipe, some cake that had to have coffee in it that I haven't made for a long time. So it's very old, 2-year-old instant coffee. And I drank that and said, okay, never mind. So
Good.
I'm fine.
So you're okay now. So it's not uncommon this week for people to get really bad cravings also.
Yeah.
Right before you go into ketosis, it's not uncommon at all. And it's just basically your body is kind of fighting going into fat burning mode. It doesn't want to use the reserves. It wants the sugar. And
It wants to go back to sugar, yeah.
exactly. So just keep fighting it. If anybody is fighting that, having strong cravings.
I think I might have to give up my lemons because I put lemon in my water and I lemon in dressings and lemon on fish and lemon on everything. And I think I might have to give it up. I'm used to even eating the peel. I think that I noticed yesterday that the lemon tasted sweet. Usually lemons don't. They just do. And all of a sudden I thought, wow, I don't know if that's my taste buds changing, but he said avoid that sweet taste, and it was sweet. So I think I'm going to let that.
Like the Meyer lemons, those ones are super sweet.
Oh yeah, and I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have to let them go.
That's all the lemons that I have are Meyer lemons. I just got them from my customer today.
I love them as well.
Yeah, I have like 10 of them.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Well, I know, but maybe I shouldn't have them. I wanted to ask a question, but go ahead. I forgot already. I'm a total space cadet too. That's
one thing
another
I can tell you about your Meyer lemons, that because you have them, is you can put them in a frying pan and they'll and scorch, cut them in half and put them in a frying pan and they'll scorch, and then I guess it takes a lot of the sugar out of them.
Oh,
they don't
really?
taste as lemon. Yeah.
I just put them in the Alka-Seltzer. That's it. I don't have them on anything else.
Well,
So,
I'm going to do that with the 2 that I have, so I can put them on fish. So I can just squirt a little on fish.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, just I mean, usually people can handle the lemons. Just a few people that don't switch, and then they end up taking the lemons out. But usually they're fine. But those
Melanie, can I ask you a question? Is there a reason why if I'm not hungry, is there a reason why that's happening? Like I could literally, if busy, I could go all, if I'm busy. I haven't done that because I've made myself eat and I enjoy it when I'm eating. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I am hungry, but I don't have an appetite.
Me too.
Yeah. Is it because there's there's really nothing to crave here anymore?
I mean, if you go by the 6 human hungers, which is what WildFit is all about, you're covering all of your hungers. I mean, what we found out in the first month was most of our hungers are pushed by, well, the thirst was a huge one, but the emotional is the number one. Some people might find this week also that they have low blood sugar, that drops, and that might, but right now you're getting everything that you need. You're getting all your nutrition, all of your water. You're not getting the low blood sugar. You kind of have, at least not, if you don't have your emotions under control, at least you're aware of them and can talk yourself through them. So really, you're drinking 32 ounces of the Alka-Geyser. You are getting every bit of nutrients your body needs. You know,
Yeah, maybe that's the deal. And then I'll have an egg, and then I'm like good to go for a really long time.
But you just want to make sure that, like I keep saying, you want to make sure even if you're not feeling hungry, at least have ready
Yeah,
stuff available.
I
Because
do.
let yourself get hungry, then all of a sudden, you know, you don't want to be doing your hunting and gathering when you're hungry, because then you're gonna let your
Yeah.
self eat things that are not ideal. You know, that's and plus, if you let yourself go past that point of hungry, then you could have your body switch back into winter mode.
Yeah.
It doesn't think that it's going to start
Right.
to reserve, so it needs to turn off the
Right.
fat burning. So
Okay.
it through, I mean, I think that as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you're not going to feel as hungry. There might be times where you are, though, because I go in and out sometimes where I'm just ravenous some days, and some days I'm just not. Pretty much have to force myself to eat. So it kind of.
Okay. So it's pretty normal. Okay. Okay.
But
Thanks.
get your healthy fats and just keep doing what you're doing, because it sounds like you're doing it right. Just, you know, I would be surprised if by Monday all of you guys aren't feeling the energy and
Well, Paula,
I already told my body that I gotta, yeah, that it's got to start dropping by Monday. I already said that. It's happening here.
But if it doesn't, another thing is you're putting stress on yourself. If you're getting on the scale all the time and you're
I just
worried
to get on this. I'm not stressed out about it. I'm really not. I'm not stressed out. I just want to sleep, but I do. The scale's right there. I just stand on it.
and
It's just the way it is.
The same thing with like Eric talked about how you know, stress can make us hold going to the bathroom too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so be careful about that also. Do your
Okay.
breathing. Make sure that you're doing everything that's Wild Fit, not just the diet part.
Right.
So yeah, it is normal to feel full. That's okay. Just make sure you always have your healthy snacks.
Okay.
And don't let yourself go. Like people often have excuses like, oh, I had a meeting that ran over, or, you know, this happened or that happened. But really, anytime something could happen, your car could break down or anything could happen. Like it would be smart to keep some nuts in your car, or, you know, just healthy snacks with you all the time. So you're never put in a position that you're going to go hungry.
Wow.
All of a sudden you're feeling fine, you're feeling fine. And then when you get hungry quick, and it happens, and you feel really hungry. Often that happens. And then you're desperate to find something. And that's when you're going to think, oh, I'm so hungry. I have nothing else to eat. I'm just going to eat this, even though I know I'm not supposed to. So
Got it.
it's all good. You're going along. It's hard right now because everyone is
Carry on,
different.
because people have. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, we can move on from me now.
Okay. Andy B. Oh, Paula, do you have anything else you want to share before we move to?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy?
Sorry, Paula.
That's all right. No problem.
Okay, well, I mean, I already did my check-in this, you know, on Facebook because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to be here tonight. But, so yeah, I think it's clicking or close to. I mean, like I looked up the signs for ketosis. I don't have the metallic taste in my mouth, but peeing all the time, so extremely thirsty, waking up in the middle of the night to go pee and then drinking like half a glass of water, just downing it because I am just constantly parched. My complexion has, like, I break out down here so bad all the time, and that's supposed to be a hormone section. I am clear as a bell. absolutely clear as a bell. So my complexion has,
Wow.
and I don't know if that's the extra water or just the vegetables and not the fast food and the crap and whatever, but that right there is like a huge deal to me.
Nice.
I've now lost, so I gained 4 pounds from my original weight, lost that, and I've lost now 9 pounds. So,
Wow.
yeah, I'm super, super happy about that. But I'm one of the ones that, I mean, I could probably lose a good 60 to 80 pounds. So it's a, it's a, a lot to lose. So I know that it'll probably come off easier for me because my body's like, yeah, you got a lot in here. Pooping on Wednesday, I'm so glad I didn't have to work that day because within like 45 minutes, I downloaded twice and it was like big ones. Like, I'm like, I went the first time and I'm like, whoo, got that out of the way. 45 minutes later, I'm like almost the exact same. And I'm like, what the heck? So then I go to my appointment and it's not an appointment that I can get up and walk out of. And I'm laying there and I'm listening to my stomach make every noise in the world, not hungry, just doing its thing, talking to everybody, and was like, oh my gosh, I was gonna go do some errands. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go home, and went home and a third time. So by noon, like 3 biggies, like not for too much information, but like that, my body was like, we're done, get it out. So
I love it. Like that's such a huge victory right there. Like the more that comes out, the better.
Oh, and I'm telling you, and I'm like you, Paula, where I'm like, I'm sorry, I just had a call and I was afraid it was my on-call people. I'm like you, Paula, very regular, I know when I'm going to have it, it's like boom, boom. Okay. Like I, don't have to plan, but it's like, okay, before I leave for work, we're going to do this. And usually another time of the day. And now it's random, but each one is a biggie. I'm just like, this is crazy. So obviously something's coming out. So between the pee and the poops, I'm cleansing.
Yeah.
I've been tired and headachy all week, and I'm like, Paula, I'm like Andrea, I don't want to eat. Like I am so not hungry. And there was one night, I think it was Monday. So Monday I was a little lightheaded and I wasn't super hungry. But when I woke up Tuesday morning, I was hungry, and I was so hungry that I ate a hard-boiled egg while I was making my Alka-Geyser because I couldn't, like, I was like, I can't wait for my Alka-Geyser to blend. Like, I was hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only time that I've ever really felt this week, like, I'm hungry, I need to eat. And there's times where, like, I'll eat my lunch, like 12 or 1, and then I've had, like, a couple late night meetings, and I'm coming home at 10, and I haven't eaten since 1, and I'm not. And so I usually, like, it's 10 o'clock at night, I'm not going to make something big and heavy, so I'll eat an avocado with the Trader Joe's, everything but and that, just like, okay, you need to have, one time I had like a hard-boiled egg. Today I've had an Alka-Geyser, and then I had a hard-boiled egg with some Dijon mustard and everything but that's all I've had, and I'm not hungry, and I just keep drinking. But the biggest thing this week, which was so amazing, is twice I was surrounded by pizza, surrounded by pasta and pizza. I had a lunch meeting with pizza and pasta next to me, and I'm like, oh, that looks good. And I had already talked to the waitress about what their homemade salad dressing is, and she's like, oh yeah, you can totally eat it. I told her I'm dairy, gluten, sugar, all that free. She's like, oh, you can totally have this. Tell me the ingredients. My salad was so yummy, and it's just a plain salad with just plain grilled chicken on it. It was so yummy that I looked at my friend who's having pasta, my friend who's having pizza, and it almost didn't even like, oh, like they were like, do you want to bite of this? Do you want to do this? And they didn't even ask me, and I was even like, eh. And then I had that meeting that night where they brought pizzas, for it. And the guy next to me had 2 platefuls, and I was like, that smells really good. And usually I would have like somehow snuck it, and you all wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have known if I'd snuck it.
No, but you would.
Right. And I totally was like, oh, I could totally do that. And then it was like my mind just totally like went elsewhere. Like it didn't even get to the point where it was like, shouldn't I? Like it just was like, oh man, I could have a bite and like no one would know. Yeah, okay, what were we talking about? Like that to me was so huge because I've always been a secret eater. Like I'm the one who eats when no one's around, and I eat the crap when nobody can see me, and that's my that's my MO. And it totally was like, and it was just huge. It was such a big deal for me
That's awesome.
That's so good.
not to have the demon and the devil like in my ear. It was just kind of like, okay. So that between that and my complexion, I'm like, happy. And then all those recipes I found and tea. Who did you guys know that tea is really, really good?
Yep.
Yes.
Who knew? Who knew that tea was good?
Andy, your face looks beautiful. You look really
Thank you.
good.
All
Thank
of
you.
All of you look
Yeah.
amazing. I can't see Paula. I want to see you, Paula.
I know,
Yeah.
darn
I
it.
know.
Come on, Paula.
I have a new computer and an old monitor, and there's no, I can't get through this. I might be picking up one this weekend.
Can
That'd
you
be
see
great.
us, Paula? Can you see us?
Yeah, I
Can
can
you
see you
see
guys.
us?
Oh.
Unfair.
I want to see you. You're my friend. And I had to go on Facebook to see what you looked like.
Yeah, I'm there. I'll do it. I'm going to pick up a new monitor, or a used monitor at least,
That would
probably
be,
this weekend.
that would be so great. We'll just have to go over. I got you in here, but it's been
Yeah.
Dude, I have a monitor for you. Too bad you're not in Davis still. I could just swing it on over.
Well,
But
all
yeah.
of you are doing so great. You all are right on track, and I am thrilled. I'm so happy. I'm wondering if Corey is feeling a little sick from the detoxing. Remember how she was sick last week
Yeah.
Mhm.
or Monday?
Yeah.
I need to check in with her, and I haven't heard from Justine. I wonder if
She showed up on Facebook, I noticed, like she liked something or
Yeah.
commented. So I'm
Yeah.
just going to cross my fingers that maybe she's still just watching the videos and trying to make it on her own. She fell so far behind, I think, and we haven't talked. So I don't know if what she's doing. She might be feeling a little guilty. I don't know. I that's my guess.
yeah, or busy or something. But if you're
Yeah.
watching the video, Justine, we miss you, and you can come back anytime. We would
Yeah.
love to have you. And even still, if you just follow Eric's videos, you can.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe she's watching Eric and alkajizing and stuff.
I'm sending her these videos too, so she can hear.
Oh, good. That's nice. No.
Going through, yeah. So look at all you beautiful ladies. I love it. Does anybody have anything else they want to share, or any questions or input? No. And Sandy, I'll check on the penicillin for you. And see.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not asking you guys to be doctors. I just want to know if there's anything that would affect this stage.
Yeah, I'll definitely ask, and as soon as I find out, I'll send you a message.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
Because I did my pictures this past weekend, and I did my measurements, and my son's the one who does my pictures for me. And so I showed him when I compared him, and he's like, oh yeah, you can totally see the difference. Not totally, but like I was like, oh, I'm sure I lost something in my stomach. Like I'm sure I have. And then I did my measurements, and like only like my shoulders showed and my neck. Thank God I've lost weight in my neck, because who doesn't want that to be the first place they lose it? But it didn't. And of course, it's like, maybe the measure was like, a little high here and a little high there. But I was like, okay, wait, like I can see it and I can feel it in my pants. So I know that some, like if you buy clothes online, they'll have like the little model, and they'll like show where the measurement's supposed to go around. Like, here's where you measure this, here's where you measure that, blah, blah, blah. So I think that would be great if they had it, because I'm still kind of like, I think I'm measuring the right place, and the right whatever, with like I'll read it as I'm measuring. And so I think that might be an idea, is just have those little fake paper doll models with the little tape band around, so you know exactly where you're supposed to do your measurement. And then I know that a lot of there's BMI calculators out there on the website where you can go in and type everything in. So they can do it on those web pages, I would love it if they could do it on that page, because I was like, Sandy and Andrea, I was trying to go in and do just my measurements. I was going to pop them in real quick, and I was like, I'll go figure everything else later, but you can't. So then I was like, okay, let me figure all this out now and
Right.
try to get it all in there. And I was like,
Yeah,
we need to
some
automate.
information's better than none. I was
Yeah,
thinking,
exactly.
but then I guess
Exactly.
that's not a, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess not.
And also one of them I calculated wrong because it was like something was 20% before and it was 40% after, and I was like, oh, I think I put in the wrong number. So I don't know if admin can go in and change my first one, because yeah, I did it wrong.
They can if you email
Support.
Yeah, the support.
Because my thing is also, they have all that information, wanted to fill it out themselves, because not that it's a pain, but it's pain-ish, like I can quickly do my measurements, but then I have to go remember how to calculate everything and then be lazy and whatever. So, but yeah, so I'm going to email support and be like, oh, you got to fix this one because it was way more than 20%. So
yeah,
that's my suggestion is.
I'll give that suggestion for sure, that they should make it where you can input some.
Yeah. It's just going to be like a little macro behind the scenes that we won't even know about. And just.
Yeah, it's more really for you. It's not for anyone but you, honestly.
Yeah.
Your results. And sometimes people forget where they were at the beginning. They're here right now and they're like, oh, I'm tired or whatever, and they're not looking at any of the benefits that they've gotten so far. So
right.
It makes it, and keeping track of your diet also. The biggest thing is if you're not going into ketosis, we look at that and try and figure out what you can take out or what you can change to get there. But
does everybody get the metallic taste, or is that not for everyone?
I didn't get it.
Yeah,
I don't.
You didn't when you did it before, Andy?
I'm starting to think that maybe I never got into ketosis because I don't remember feeling this way. Like, I don't think I ever truly went into it. I think maybe I was just in a somewhat of fat burning, but I don't remember like this kind of pooping and peeing, or maybe my body was different. But the first couple of days or so, maybe I did. Like, I felt like I tasted a lot of cabbage. Like, I felt like cabbagey. So I don't know if that was like a mineral taste or something. So
it's actually acetone is what it is. And it's just a straight.
Or acetone?
The
Acetone that's nail polish remover.
Huh?
Yeah.
Acetone is nail polish remover.
Acetate, maybe?
No, it's acetone.
It is acetone.
Oh, it is. Weird.
It is acetone. I just wrote it down today. Eric told me. It's and so some people usually people can smell it on you. It's almost like a really mild.
I've been in ketosis many times because of being a diabetic, and I never had the metallic taste. So I just, sorry guys, I lived in it.
Okay, but diabetic ketosis is different, I'm told, it's different than this. I'm not sure how exactly.
Well, you pee a lot and you smell like fruit, and you lose weight rapidly. So I think it's pretty close.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
You guys are still early on. I mean, for me, every time I've done it, I've been in several times now, and I taste it every time. I can just have this weird taste in my mouth. Actually, I don't think Rich did have the taste when he did it, honestly. So maybe not everybody does have it, but supposedly people can smell it on you, though. They smell like a really faint, almost fruity, sweet.
I used to tell everyone I smell like a fruit roll-up.
It's my body wash. It's the latest body wash, and I just smell fruity.
But you guys you guys are all super close. I have a feeling, Andy, it sounds like you probably are in it. I mean, you're already.
Paula sounds like it too.
I don't have the taste in my mouth at all.
I know, but you're cleaning your house like crazy.
But I'm wondering
Yeah.
also if that had anything to do with the coffee you drank as well. If you got it.
Wait till I get in my garage.
Oh, maybe having that.
Oh God, you can come and do mine, please.
That's what I think. I think the coffee had something to do with it, maybe, honestly. I don't know for sure, but because if you haven't dropped weight yet, Paula, that I'm just
Yeah,
wondering if it hasn't happened yet.
yeah.
So,
Well, I
Well,
know
I
it
don't
hasn't,
know where the energy came from, but I'm happy to have it.
it hasn't happened for me yet because I gained 2 pounds.
oh, you did?
Ah.
I gained.
But your belly, where it was protruding, the upper belly, is that still good?
Yep, that's good. And I don't know, my scale could just be wacky. My body is dropping weight. I mean, how do I say this? My pant size has gone down, but
you're
I
shrinking.
weigh,
Yeah.
Your body is shrinking.
yes.
It might be your scale, Sandy. Sometimes it might fluctuate.
I got to
You know?
suck scale.
Yeah.
Or it might be just the water.
Yeah, that's
The water weighs.
Oh yeah. And if you have to weigh yourself at the same time every day, which should be first thing in the morning after you go to the bathroom with no clothes on. If you weigh yourself in the morning and then at night, you could have 4-pound difference. Literally.
Yeah.
So
And the density, your muscle, your bone, and your organ density are all, like, that could be making a difference with your weight too. You might be dropping some of the fat and the bone density.
Ladies, I have to go. My husband's waiting for me, so I've been on call all day. So
bye, Andy.
okay. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Is Oliver at your house, Sandy?
Yes, I have to go. My dogs are barking.
It's time anyway. We're all
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Paula.
right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Hey, Mel.
Yeah.
Um.
Wait, should I turn off the recording?
Yep.